Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katy. Today we're going to focus on releasing stress. And in order to release stress today, we're going to look at our breath to start off with, and then we're going to look at our muscles and releasing them. So with our breathing, we're going to move from chest breathing, which tends to tighten our body up and increase stress. We're going to move that breath down to the belly and to the rib cage. So from the rib cage downwards, we want to get our breath as deep as possible. The second way we're going to release stress is to check on our muscles. Do a scan every time we go into a posture. Check that our shoulders are a little bit loose, that we're not holding any tension through our waist or anywhere else in our body that we might hold ourselves in a slightly funny position. Just release and let it go. So let's try that today. We're going to start off on the floor. So join me, coming down into a kneeling position and a child's pose. So let's sit on the heels, extend the arms forward, forehead to the floor. Elbows can be lifted or you can lower them down to the floor, whichever is most comfortable for you. Draw the navel up just a little bit and we're going to breathe into our back, 3 deep breaths. Expand your back out. Feel it stretch. Beautiful. And one more time, feel that big expansion. Now we're going to focus on breathing into the count of 3 and breathing out to the count of 3. So let's breathe in and breathe out. 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, 3. So let's do a few more breaths and let's see if we can make our in-breath equal to our out-breath. Now lift up onto your hands and knees and walk your wrists back in line with your shoulders. Spread your fingers out. We've got a cat-cow pose. Today we're going to reverse the breathing by breathing in to prepare, breathe out, draw the navel to spine, arch the back up, look at your thighs and stretch between your shoulder blades. Breathe in, tuck the toes under, slide shoulders towards hips and look forward. You should feel a squeeze around your mid-back. Breathe out, cat arch. Breathe in, cow pose. Let's do 3 more at the pace of your own breath. One more cat arch and cow pose. Now we're going to flatten the tops of our feet and draw circles. So just moving your hips from side to side and circling forward and around to the other side. Change direction, go the other way. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under and let's lift up into down dog. Let's press the heels down one at a time and stretch the ankle and calf. Press the heels, stretch into the ankle and calf, and let's do that 2 or 3 more times to each side. And then lower your heels to the floor, lift your navel up to spine, lengthen through the arms, and start to lower your heels towards the floor. You should feel a nice stretch in the ankles and calves, and if your heels don't reach the floor, that's fine. Try not to walk your feet closer to your hands to lower your heels down. Keep your arms and legs at the same distance as when you lift it up. So hands are just a little wider than shoulders and feet are just as wide as your hands. Spread your fingers out, press your palms firmly down. Draw your shoulders towards your hips so you release around the neck. And draw the navel up, lift the hips a bit higher. That's it, beautiful. So by drawing the shoulders away from the ears, we can feel that stress release from around our neck.
Our back will start working. And now I want you to press the base of the thumb and the index finger firmly into the floor, and we can feel the insides of our arms right up to our shoulders working and the backs of our upper arms. Check your neck for any tightness or tension around the back of the neck. Let's release any stress there. Just move your head from side to side and then forwards and backwards like a yes movement. Then line your head up with your arms. Take 3 breaths into your chest and your back. So around your rib cage, feel it expand front and back. Now bring yourself into a plank, breathe in, you might need to slide your toes back, shoulders head towards hips. Now knees can be on the floor if you need. Squeeze your buttocks together to open the front of your hips and tighten your waist. Lower your rib cage a little so the elbows soften. Take 3 breaths here. Now breathe down to the belly, and then you can release stress out of the belly with your breath. Make sure there's no tightness there. Going to plank to the floor or just lower your knees and your chest down. Breathe in, cobra, lengthen through your arms, then tuck toes under, breathe out, down dog. Just moving from side to side, loosening up, and then let's step our feet together. Lift your right leg up, 3-leg dog, squeeze your buttocks, hold your leg there, toes point to floor, 3 breaths around your rib cage. And while you're breathing in deeply, make sure there's no tension or stress around your rib cage and around your belly. Lunge your foot forward, lower your back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot. Let's sweep those arms back and lift them up into high lunge wide prayer. Now move your hips forward a little. Line your knee up with your ankle. And if you can, roll your shoulders back and reach your arms up a little higher. Lift your chin slightly. Now your arm position will be determined by the flexibility in your shoulders. Some people comfortably draw their arms right back, and other people will have their arms a little bit further forward. Pick the position that best suits you. You might even want to have your hands on your knees. Take 3 breaths into your belly. Expand your belly out. Release any tension or tightness in that belly. So let the stress go. The belly and the shoulders are the 2 places that we mostly keep our stress. Now lower your hands down and let's lift our heel up. Bring your hands to your hips, toes up. Now we've got a head to knee pose. Now just lean a little forward for level 1. And level 2, hands on floor, head to knee. Now draw your navel in, round your back out, chin to chest, and feel that big stretch in the back of that thigh. Now breathe down to your waist and your lower back. Take 3 breaths. Then walk the tops of your hands back to level 2. So if you don't want to do either of those, if you don't want to do this, stay in your previous position of head to knee pose. But this is quite okay for you. Draw your waist in, lean forward, and make sure the heel is between your buttocks. Now you can just rest your hands on the floor or bring your hands around your foot, as long as your shoulders don't come to your ears. So if you can keep them down and away and the waist drawn in, you can stay here. Otherwise, place your hands on the floor, chin to chest. Let's take 3 breaths here, right down to the belly and lower back. Now turn your hands into knuckles, put them in line with the mid-thigh and lift up. Now from here, we're going to pivot the bottom half of our back leg to 90 degrees. Walk your hand around to the back of the mat and extend the leg. We've got a gate pose. So lift your arm up and over. Now draw the shoulder away from the ear so we don't have this type of roundness. We want to draw the shoulder back
to where it belongs, and that will keep our back lovely and strong. You can also lift your leg up if you're feeling strong today. Squeeze the buttocks nice and firm. Chin to chest, try and lengthen through the back of the neck. Let's take 3 breaths into the top side of the body. Then lower your foot down, lift up, and go into a reverse side gate pose. Arm overhead. Now if your shoulder is near your ear, let's draw it away. You can bend the elbow a little bit and feel the stretch in the side of your body. Chin to chest, lengthen through the back of the neck. Breathe into the side of the body that is open. And take another deep breath in. Then bring your hands down to the floor. Pivot your foot around, bring the front foot back and come into a cat position. Now we're going to do a dancing cat. So let's breathe in, gaze up, breathe out, knee to nose. Breathe in, and breathe out, knee to nose. Let's do that again. And we've got 2 more to go. And last one. Now place your knee down, tuck your toes under and lift your hips. Down dog. Now you can just move from side to side, trying to maintain a nice looseness around your shoulders and around your hips. Alright, let's step those feet together again and lift the left leg up this time. Toes point to floor, look at your toes. Now shoulders head towards hips, so we're nice and strong in the back. Take 3 breaths into your belly. Remember to check for any tension or stress and release it out. And then lunge your foot forward, lower your back knee down. You can walk up your knee or you can just sweep your arms back and lift up. Roll the shoulders back and then just move your hips forward a little so we can stretch right into the hips here. Shoulders are down, arms are reaching up. Stretch your fingers nice and wide. Stretch the palms as much as you can. Take 3 breaths down to the belly. Now let's breathe in and breathe out. Float those hands to the hips. Move your body weight to your back knee and lift your toes up. Head to knee pose. Draw the waist in and lean forward. Stay here. Remember not to lock your knee. Keep it a little bit soft. Stay here or place your hands on the floor. Draw the navel in. Bring your head to knee. Now breathe into the belly and the lower back so you can send your breath into your hip and the back of your leg. Take 3 breaths right down to the belly and the lower back. Now, if you can, go to level 2 by walking your hands back to the middle of your thigh. Sit on your heel. So have it between your buttocks. Toes are forward of the extended leg. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Draw the navel in, bend forward, chin to chest, lengthen through the back of the neck. Again, hands on either side of your calf or hold your foot, but remember, shoulders away from ears. Breathe down to the belly and the lower back. And let's breathe into our hips and the back of the leg as it stretches. 3 breaths. Now just check around your neck and shoulders. Release any stress out of the neck and shoulders. Keep them soft and away from the ears. 1 more breath. Turn your hands into fists. Line them up with the mid-thigh. Lift up and walk your hands forward. Now we're going to pivot the bottom half of the back leg around and extend the other leg out to the side. The other hand goes on the floor towards the back of the mat. Lift your arm up and over. Now if the shoulder is reaching out of line with the other shoulder, so shoulders should be away from the ears. So let's draw both shoulders away from the ears. So the shoulders are nice and straight.
And you can bend your elbow or just keep your arms straight. Now if you're feeling strong, squeeze your buttocks, lift your leg up. Side gate pose. Let's take 3 breaths here. Right into the top side of the body. Now lower your foot down, lift up and over, windmill to the other side in reverse gate pose. Check those shoulders. Draw the top shoulder down away from ears. You can bend your elbow. Just bend from the side of the body. Open up the rib cage and let's take 3 breaths there. Expand the ribs out with your breath. Beautiful. Lifting up. Now we're going to take our hands on the floor, pivot that foot around, put your foot forward, then bring it back into the cat position. Dancing cat. Breathe in, extend your leg back, gaze up and breathe out, knee to nose. Now breathe in, lift your leg up, gaze up. Now draw your navel in, round your back out and your knee should quite easily come to your nose. Let's do that 3 more times. And last one. And then let's extend that leg, place it down. And let's take those toes under, lift the hips up, down dog. Okay, let's step our feet together now and lift the right leg up, 3-leg dog. Now this time we're going into scorpion, so bend the knee, bring the knee out to the side for level 1 scorpion. Look at your toes and arms have even weight through the palms. Level 2, lift the knee up to the ceiling, look under your arm, feel a stretch in the side of the body, even weight through the palms of the hands. Take 3 breaths into the side of the body. Feel the ribs open up with your breath. Release any stress out of those ribs. Release any tension and lunge your foot forward. Now this time we're going to lower the back heel down for a warrior 1. So let's sweep the arms back, lift up, warrior 1 position. Roll the shoulders back, lift the arms up. Now both your hips should be facing forward. Make sure your back heel is on the floor, pressing down firmly. Front knee in line with the ankle. Let's take 3 breaths into the belly. Expand your belly out like a ball when you breathe in. Breathe in, reach up, breathe out. Float your hands to your hips and straighten your front leg. Now make sure you squeeze your buttocks together. So nice and strong around the waist. Front hip goes back a little. Make sure the back hip comes forward slightly. Now we're going to draw our elbows back. Hug the shoulder blades together. Then draw the waist in. Lift your chin, breathe in. Breathe out, bend forward, looking forward. Keep a lovely long spine. Now we're going to stay in this nice long spine position. Our pyramid pose. Big strong stretch in the back of that front leg. Especially the upper part. And you can tuck your chin in and gaze down at the floor, lengthening through the back of the neck. But we're going to just stay here. Depending on how stretchy the back of your leg is, you may be able to go halfway down with a nice long spine. If not, just stay a bit higher. Take 3 breaths into your belly. This is wonderful for back strengthening and leg stretching. Now take that left hand down to the floor, step your right hand back, and we're going to lift that right hand up to the ceiling. Sorry, you're stepping your left foot back and lifting the right hand to the ceiling. We're now in a lunge twist. You can gaze up at your fingers, look sideways, or gaze down at the floor. Have your fingertips in line with your toes, so don't let that hand go too far forward.
3 breaths into the belly. Right down deep as you can so you can stretch into the hip. 1 more breath. Now take that hand reaching up to the ceiling onto the floor, lower the back knee down. Bring your foot across towards your opposite hip, walk your hands back and take a seat. So the leg is diagonally across and under your other leg. And bring that leg forward. So we're in a half an alert pose. Lift your hips up and sit down. Make sure you're sitting evenly on your sit bones. Now, if your knee is uncomfortable of your bottom leg, you can extend it forward. We're going to do a twist. Otherwise, keep your foot where it is. Now let's breathe in, lift our arms up, and breathe out. Draw the navel in, rotate through the rib cage, elbow inside the knee, other hand behind the back. Lift your rib cage up tall as you breathe in, breathe out to twist. Now breathe into your belly and feel your hips stretch. This is a beautiful hip stretch, as well as a twist. 2 more breaths. And then release. Now we're going to bring our feet into butterfly pose now. So you can have your legs extended forward for this one. Lift up the rib cage, draw the waist in and relax your body forward. Now you're going to be stretching the outer edges of your hips in this position with your legs forward. You can also place your arms under your calves and place the hands on the feet. Draw the waist in, round the back out and bring head towards heels. Breathe into your belly and back. One more deep breath. Then take your arms from under your legs and let's cross those legs. From here, we're going to press through the outer edges of our feet and push ourselves into a forward bend position. Place your hands down, uncross your legs, step them back to down dog. And just moving from side to side, loosen up around the shoulder blades and hips. Okay, let's step those feet together again and lift the left leg up. 3-leg dog, and we're going into scorpion, so bend your knee, bring it out to the side. Keep gazing at your toes, make sure the weight is evenly through your palms. Level 2, lift your knee to ceiling, look under your arm and breathe around your rib cage. Weight evenly through the hands, 3 breaths into the ribs. See if you can release any stress out of the ribs. Are you breathing freely? That's it, 1 more breath, breathe in and breathe out. Lunge your foot forward, lower your back heel down, line the heels up. Now you can walk your hands up to your knee in Warrior 1 or just sweep the arms back and lift them up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Reach those fingers up to the ceiling and stretch your hands. Shoulders away from ears. Lift your chin slightly to allow the air to go easily down to your belly. Take 3 breaths into your belly. And in your mind, scan your belly for any stress, any tension or tightness, and then release. Okay, beautiful. And now we're going to breathe in, reach up and breathe out. Hands to hips. Straighten your front leg. If your back hip is not quite even, you can heel toe your back foot a little bit forward or jump it forward. Now you can squeeze the buttocks together, the hips are facing forwards. And we're going to draw the elbows behind, hugging those shoulder blades together. Okay, so let's look for our yoga stretch as we bend forward. Lift your chin up, lengthen through the spine, crown of head to ceiling. Draw the waist in and lengthen through the spine. Try not to round your back out. Now we want to keep a nice long spine, so we're not going to go too far. We're only going to go as far as we can keep our spine long. So for some people, it's 1/3 of the way down. For others who are quite stretchy, you may be able to go halfway down, but we're not going any further than that. So I want you to feel nice and strong in your back. If I take my hands away, you'll be able to see that my back is lengthened. Now this is not easy, so press your buttocks together, draw the navel up, keep the shoulders well away from your ears. Let's take 3 breaths down to the belly. Beautiful. Now we're going to reach our right hand to the floor, and you can slide your left foot back a little if you want a longer stretch in the leg. Stay on the toes at the back and lift your hand up. So your arms should be lined up. Any shoulders coming forward, release that stress and tension. Slide shoulders away from ears. Draw the waist in to strengthen through the torso. Let's take 3 deep breaths right down to the belly. You should be able to feel that hip stretching, the side of your body, your back working strongly to keep your arm up. Take 1 more deep breath. And then lower your hand down, lower your knee down. Bring your bottom foot across in line with your outer hip. Walk your hips back. Sit down. We're in a half alert pose, so bring that foot just over the knee. Extend this bottom leg forward if you need to. If you did it last time, you need to do it again this time. So lift out through the rib cage. Lift the arms up. This will help you to lift your spine tall. Breathing in, reach up, breathe out. Elbow inside the knee. Now draw the navel in, breathe out as you bring the other arm behind the back. Breathe in to lift up nice and tall. Breathe out to twist. Breathe around your rib cage and down into your hips. Sometimes we're going to feel a little more tightness in the hips, sometimes a little bit in the spine. So each day is a little bit different. 2 more breaths. And then release. Bring your feet into butterfly pose. This time we're going to have our heels nice and close to the hips. Hold your ankles, or you can hold your feet with your hands and clasp your fingers and just place them around the bottom edge of your feet. Lift the spine up tall, shoulders go down, waist draws in, and then bend forward if you can and place the elbows in front of the shins. Bring chin to chest, lower the head down. Now I want you to breathe into your belly and lower back. Now as you breathe into your belly, you should breathe into your inner thighs. Can you feel your inner thighs expand out with your breath in? And again, check your waist, particularly your waist and hips, for any stress. Release that stress, release that tension as you breathe in. Let it go as you breathe out. Okay, beautiful. Let's cross those legs again. Press the outer edge. Make sure you do it the other way this time. Press the outer edge of your foot in the floor. Press your fist down. Lift your hips up. Bring your hands forward and step your feet back to down dog. Now from here, we're going to just sway 2 or 3 times, and then we're going to walk our feet to our hands, or you can join me in a crouch and a very light jump between your hands. Flat back. Try to land on the balls of your feet. Flat back, so lengthen through the spine. Breathe out. Forward fold. Breathe in. Sun salute. And lift up. Breathe out. Hands to chest in prayer. Deep breath in and out. Okay, let's have a little break from our yoga stretch and give our arms and legs a shake. We're going to do a squat now. First of all, I want you to stand up nice and tall in a mountain pose. So lift your rib cage up. Squeeze your buttocks. Make sure your waist is firm, your thighs are firm. Lift your toes up, spread them out, just pressing the toes lightly on the floor. And lift the shoulders to ears, roll them back and down. Keep that waist drawn in. Stretch your fingers apart and reach them to the floor. Balance your head right on top of your spine. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Take 3 breaths right into the rib cage. Scan your body for stress. Scan it for tension, especially around your rib cage and your belly. Now let's take a deep breath in, sun salute, and swan dive, forward fold. Now, first of all, we're going to hold our big toes. Look down at the floor if you want to, or make sure your knees are bent so you can reach your toes. If you can't quite reach, that's okay, just put hands on shins. Now draw the navel up, lift the hips a bit higher, chin to chest, and so we should get a nice big stretch in the backs of the legs. So let's breathe around the back, where the back is open. Bring your breath there. Now check your back for any tension or any stress. Check your neck and shoulders while you're here. Release any stress or tension, just let it go. Keeping your breath as deep as you can. And now we're going to put our hands on the floor. So bend your knees, then toe heel your feet a little bit wider. So the heels are in line with hips and the toes are out diagonally. Then drop your hips down. Now if you need to just adjust your hips slightly, your heels a little bit, that's fine. Now if you're sinking forward like this, I'd like you to try and draw your spine up tall, shoulders down, spine lifted, and then bring one elbow inside the knee, the other elbow inside the knee, and then lower the wrists down in line with knees. Beautiful. Breathe into the belly. And let's start scanning the body for any stress. Breathe around the belly and around the back. Shoulders away from ears. Nice and relaxed around the neck and shoulders. And let's take one more deep breath into the belly. Beautiful. Bring your hands down to the floor. Lift your hips up. Toe heel your feet so the feet are in line with the hips. Take the hands on the shins and let's breathe in, breathe out. Keep the knees bent, squeeze the buttocks, stack the vertebrae up one at a time. The focus is the spine. Shoulders to ears, roll them back and down. Okay, give yourselves a little shake again. Release any tension or stress out of your body. Just let it go. And let's get ready for some more yoga stretches. So let's turn and face sideways. We're going to just place our hands on the hips for a moment. Get our feet just a little bit apart. And then let's take a deep breath in, sun salute, lift the arms above the head, reach them up, palms touch, gaze between the palms of your hands if you can, and breathe out. Watch those thumbs as they come to your heart center. Now let's draw the waist in, take a small chair pose, and we're going to lift our right foot up. Bring the toes forward, push through the heel. You can step back or you can join with a slow lunge back, and it's quite a big one because it's warrior two. Lower the heel down, lift the arms up and over, and then open up your arms. Have your hips and your chest facing sideways. Your front knee in line with your ankle. Shoulders are down, rib cage lifted. Make sure you squeeze your buttocks and tighten your waist, and you'll get a better stretch out of your legs. So turn your gaze over your front middle finger, and let's take 3 breaths right down to the belly. Now straighten your front leg. We've got a triangle, so breathe in, reach forward as far as you can, push your back hip away to the back, and reach, keeping your arm parallel to the floor, and then windmill your arm into position, lining that arm up with the knee or just in front of the knee. So tail tucked under, tummy in, lengthen through the spine, shoulders head towards hips. If you can't reach the floor when you windmill your hands, try not to reach down now.
So your body might go out of alignment. So chin tucked in, lengthen through the back of the neck. You can gaze up, look sideways or down to the floor. A nice neutral position for the head is just looking sideways. Now, tighten your front buttocks and rotate your thigh sideways and upwards to switch on the inner thigh of the extended leg at the front. Take 3 breaths into the top side of the body. Again, look for any tightness or tension there and release it with your breath. Now we're going to take our hand that's inside our calf to outside. Bend the front knee. Place your hands on the floor and lower your back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot and we've got a pigeon, so bring this leg across. You can even use your hand to help. Bring it across, then slide your right leg back. Your toes should be forward and your heel lined up with your other hip. You can stay up here if you find this position quite challenging, or you can lower yourself down to your elbows, perhaps even stack your hands, rest your head on top, or extend your arms forward, elbows lifted or elbows on the floor. Whichever position you're taking with your arms, I want you to slide your shoulders away from your ears so we release stress and tension out of the shoulders. And we bring the stretch into the hips. So we want to take the focus out of shoulders and neck. We want those to release. So release the stress. Draw the shoulders away. Open your neck and shoulders up. Breathe into the hips. Enjoy that stretch in the hips. Bring your breath down to your belly. 3 breaths. Now let's lift up and tuck your back toes under of your extended leg. Walk that knee forward and then lift up into down dog. Now let's just move from side to side, making sure we're staying a little bit loose around the shoulders and the hips. Okay, beautiful. Now from here we're just going to bend our knees. We can walk our feet to our hands or take a little jump. Flat back, and breathe out, forward fold, and then sun salute, lift up. And breathe out, hands down to chest. Deep breath in and out. Take a sun salute, breathe in. Breathe out, hands down to chest, and let's come into that chair pose again, draw the waist in. We're going to roll our left foot forward, lift the foot up, toes forward, push through the heel, and lunge back. Now again, a big lunge back. Lower the heel down, lift the arms up, and open them up to a warrior 2. Make sure your toes are pointing forward, knees in line with the ankle. The back foot, toes should be 45 degrees, but they can be 90 degrees. Definitely don't point them to the back. Okay, let's squeeze the buttocks, tighten the waist, lift the rib cage, shoulders are down. And turn your gaze over your front middle finger. Notice your shoulders. If they're down away from the ears, you release the stress. And you should be quite comfortable stretching into the inner thigh of your legs and to the outer edge of the legs. So make sure the knees pushed a little bit towards the back. 3 breaths into the belly. And straighten your front leg. We've got a triangle now, so let's breathe in, reach forward as far as we can. The hip goes back. Keep it in a nice straight line if you can, parallel to floor, then windmill into position. Arms now in a T position. Shoulders draw away from ears, tail between the legs, tummy in, and we can lengthen through our spine that way. So the stretch is in the top side of the body. Chin tucked in, pick your head position, gazing up, looking sideways or to the floor. Let's take 3 breaths into the top side of the body where the stretch is occurring around our hip and through that lower spine if we've got our tail tucked under. Now take the hand that's inside your calf outside. Bend your front knee. Take your hand down to the floor and your back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot. Bring your leg across for a pigeon. Slide your knee back. Staying on the hands or coming to elbows, picking the same position you were in last time. Stacking the hands, resting the head on top. And let's bring that breath down to the belly and the lower back. Feel your hips stretch with your breath going in. Take 3 more breaths into your hip. Now lift back up again, onto your hands, tuck your back toe under, walk your knee forward using your toes to help you. Then lifting up into down dog, just moving from side to side 2 or 3 times, and then you're going to walk your feet to your hands, or you're going to take crouch and jump forward lightly, going to flat back, and then forward fold, and a deep breath in, sun salute, lift up. And breathe out, hands down to chest. Deep breath in and out to finish. Let's turn around and face the front and just shake ourselves out. Now we're going to do 2 balances together. So if you can only do the first balance, stay with that one. So it's a star pose coming into a tree pose. So let's soften our knees, bring the arms to the sides. Step your left foot out to the side. Firm buttocks, firm waist and firm thighs. Lifting your arms up to shoulder height. Bend your standing leg and lift your other leg up. That's it, beautiful. So we're just going into star pose. Let's stay here. Rotate your palms forward. Take 3 breaths into your belly. Then bring your foot to your calf or above your knee. Press it above your knee. Try not to press on your knee. And bring your arms over your head. Let's try not to use our hands to lift our foot up today. So let's draw the shoulders down, release that stress and tension out of the neck, reach the arms up. Now you can stay here in your tree pose or bring your palms together. Take 3 breaths down to the belly. Then bring your hands down to your chest. Bring your knee forward, a little kick forward and float your foot down. Take a walk and release your hands down. That's it, beautiful. Let's balance on the other side. So take your right foot out to the side, squeeze your buttocks, press your butt cheeks together, nice firm waist and thighs. Lift your arms up, shoulder height, shoulders down away from ears. Bend your standing leg and lift the other foot up. Now breathe down to your belly. Really stretch it out with your breath. And that will help to release tension and stress right out of the hips and the waist. 1 more breath. Now bring your foot to your calf or above your knee, wherever you can manage. Now squeeze your buttocks firmly. Lift your arms up, shoulders are down, wide prayer or palms together. Take 3 breaths down to your belly. Breathe in, breathe out, hands down to chest. Bring your knee forward, take a little kick forward and float your foot down. Lower your hands down, let's take a walk. Give yourselves a shake and loosen up. And then we're going to just take 1 foot behind the other. And then I think it might be a little bit easier if we took a deep breath in for sun salute
Palms forward, draw the waist in. Let's bend forward. That works a little bit better. And then take the right foot behind the left and take a seat, or whichever way you like. So we're going to extend one leg forward and one foot to thigh. Lift the rib cage up, lower the shoulders down. Bring your toes forward to activate your calf and ankle. Let's take a deep breath in, lifting those arms up and breathe out. Palms forward, lower the hands down next to your calves. Draw the waist in and then let the upper body go down. Shoulders draw away from ears. Watch out for tension in the neck. Remove that stress by drawing the shoulders away. You can hold your foot if it's comfortable. If you feel like you're reaching too far or your furthest reach, I want you to come back 10% and hold your stretch there. Let's breathe down to our belly and the lower back. Now let's walk the hands back towards the hips. We've got a wild thing, so take your right hand behind your back and sweep your left arm up and over. You can reach your arm, but watch where your shoulder is. As soon as your shoulder comes up to your ear, that creates this position of stress. So we want to draw the shoulder away from the ear to release the stress. You can bend your elbow if you like, or have your arm a little higher, whichever you prefer. We're looking for that stretch in the side of the body. You can gaze up or look down at the floor. Take 3 breaths into the top ribs and hip. Find the stretch around the hip and the ribs. And then lower yourself back down. We're changing legs. So other foot forward, foot to thigh. That's it. Lift your hips up, sit down, draw the waist in, lean forward, and that puts your hips in the right position. Bring your toes forward. Take a deep breath in, palms forward, breathe out, draw the waist in, lower the hands down either side of the calves, chin to chest, head to knee. Again, finding that position for your hands. Now if you can clasp hands around feet or hold your foot without bringing your shoulders up around your ears, then you're welcome to go into that position. If you find it's all a little bit tight for you, then just keep your hands next to your calves. Now walk your hands back to your hips. This time we're taking the left hand behind us and sweeping the right arm up and over for a wild thing. Now again, extend your arm, but lift it up a little so your shoulder isn't near your ear, or just bend your elbow and draw the shoulders right away. Okay, find the stretch in the top side of the body. Just squeeze your buttocks a little, push your hip forward, and you'll get that stretch around the hip as well. Okay, 3 breaths into the side of the body and the hip. And let's bring ourselves back down again. And let's bring those legs lengthways on the mat. So let's take the hands around the knees, walk the knees a little bit closer. Now I want you to draw your navel in, round your back out, bring your head to your knees, and then roll back. So now let's bring the knees to chest. That's it, beautiful. And clasp your fingers, just rest your knees, your hands on your knees, relax your shoulders down. And rock from side to side on the lower back 2 or 3 times. And lift your legs up to the ceiling. Draw the navel down. Now, if your legs don't straighten, that's perfectly okay. If this is uncomfortable, hands can go under hips, or just leave your arms by your sides. You can hold the backs of your legs. You can bring your arms over your head, perhaps even holding your elbows, which is a little more comfortable. Tuck the chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck. Let's take 3 breaths.
just around the rib cage. Keep that navel drawn down to support the lifting of the legs. Now change the cross of the arms, hold the elbows differently, take 3 more breaths, right around the rib cage. Okay, let's release those arms, bring them down by the sides and bring the knees back to chest. Now you can place your feet on the floor and drop the knees out wide, soles of feet together. Just press the elbows in the floor, lift the shoulder blades up, flatten them down so the chest is nice and open. Place one hand on the heart center, the other on the belly. And let's take 3 breaths down to the belly. Now scan your body for any tension. Have you started tightening up anywhere? I want you to let it go. Release that stress. Feel your belly rise up with each breath in. Let it round out like a ball. You can stay here a little longer or stretch your legs out. Roll the thighs outwards, loosen up the thighs. Okay, lovely. And you can place your hands on the floor, palms up. Just let your hands curl. Just check your spine that you've lengthened it, shoulder blades flat, chest open, thighs comfortable. Just roll them from side to side a little. Make sure the hips are comfortable. There's no tightness or tension around the hips. Breathe into the belly. Just make sure there's nothing there, nothing in the belly. Any tension or stress, just let it go with each breath in. Now, take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And again, breath into the belly. Sigh it out. One more time. Now you can stay in this lovely relaxation position for as long as you like. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, perhaps even 30 minutes. Turn off the video and enjoy the relaxation. Or just have a shorter relaxation with me. Start to move your fingers and toes. Breathe down to your belly. Feel your belly expand comfortably and easily. Moving fingers and toes and walking your feet to the end position. Then roll to your side. Resting your head on your arm, stacking your knees, toes forward. Just take 2 or 3 breaths here. Then lift up into a seated position, just resting your hands on your knees. Lifting the rib cage up gently and relaxing the shoulders down. Just drop your chin slightly towards your chest and move your head from side to side 2 or 3 times. Just checking the neck for the ease of movement. Shoulders stay down. Can we feel that we've released stress and released the tension out of our neck? Now lower the hands down. Bring the arms above the head in prayer as you breathe in and breathe out. Bring those thumbs to heart center. Focus on your breath in your chest and into your heart center through your thumbs.
Bring your breath down to your belly, into your chest, shoulders and back, and breathe out. Let's do that again, breathing into the belly, chest, shoulders and back, and breathe out. Take one more deep yoga breath yourself, and breathe out. Have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind, and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in Yoga Stretch. If you enjoyed this video, press like and make a comment. And also subscribe to my channel so you can get regular updates. Namaste.